Come on and get your sign. Come on and get your sign.
What up, everybody? As y'all can see, everybody been talking about this whole Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, and I just want to let y'all know this is like a stand for something or nothing at all type of video, man. Of course, we all know Will defended his wife. He did what he had to do in the honor of his wife. All right, I think she's suffering from epilepsy. Y'all let me know, epilepsy or whatever y'all call it. Whatever it is, it's a disease where it's like hair loss. And I just gotta say this, man. I'm gonna tell you, there's a few things. This is why I want to do a part 2 to this video, because there was a few things I saw that I really had to process, because I knew that first video was not gonna be it. And I'm gonna just say this, man. I'm gonna tell you what I really disliked about the entire situation itself. I really hate the fact that a black man got on stage and humiliated another black man like that in front of the world. Basically snatched his whole damn manhood away. But it didn't have to turn out that way. That's why I said you stand for something or nothing at all. When you are dealing with a bully, or you just have to just straight up show somebody what you own because you feel disrespected, we all know, we know how war and politics get down. It's gonna turn into some violence, period. Words are not enough, all right? We all know that. We all get to a point where words are not enough, and you're gonna have to resort into violence to show people what you really stand for, or nothing at all. And I'm gonna tell you, man, I wish, right or wrong, here's the thing, right or wrong, you gotta at least defend yourself, defend your manhood. Defend your entire existence, because if you do not, and you stand there and you take that slap the way Chris Rock took that slap, the world not gonna ever see you the same anymore. It's one thing for somebody to have words, because I don't have my situation where y'all done seen it. Somebody just saying words to me, or roasting me or whatever. That's cool. Those are words. But when you take it as far as slapping another individual in the face, and you a whole grown man, that's a whole grown man. That's the closest thing to spitting, to be honest. There is nothing that comes close to disrespect of another man unless you open your hand and slap him, pimp slap him, or you straight up on him. Those are the two main things, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Now you gotta deal with this for the rest of your life. Now your kids never gonna look at you the same no more. Your woman never gonna look at you the same no more. Whatever little thing you got on the side, they ain't gonna never look at you the same anymore. It's over. The only way how you gonna be able to get your lick back is unless you hunt this man down and let him know, like, hey, bro, this might be 4 months later or 4 years later, but I'm back and I want mine. I want my lick back, period. That's the only way, man. Suing Will Smith is not enough. It's not enough. It's really not, man. What I appreciate about what Will did was, like I said, he defended his wife. I just wish that, I really hate that people don't understand, man. Will's influence is so high. It's so big. It's so impactful that whatever he does, it enables a lot of other people's behavior. This is why when the dominant society in Hollywood, when they let you in, they want to make sure they're picking the right Negro that's going to act right on their best behavior. Will has been in the game for a while, doesn't really have anything much to prove or show. So he took it amongst himself to set the standard for how he really feels. And I really hate the fact that I feel like Chris was the target of all the jokes and memes that's been flying around all over the internet. He was the main target, right on time with it. And of course, he said some pretty, I would say, somewhat disrespectful things about Jada, even at the Oscars back in 2016. People are gonna go back and find those receipts and see where you went wrong. This is why it looks bad on his end. It looks bad because now you're attacking a woman who's dealing with a disease, And when Will started laughing, it's like, okay, I'm laughing, but okay, now my wife doesn't find this funny, so let me go ahead and clean this mess up because I'm gonna have to deal with this when I get home. I'm gonna have to deal with this. I gotta make something shake. Otherwise, I'm never gonna be able to live this down because my woman gonna look at me and be like, dang, you let them do that to me, you let him do that to me and humiliate me. So, but I'm just saying, man, from a racial aspect, I really hate when black people do this type of stuff to each other. I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I would never humiliate another black person on camera. Never. Not humiliate them in front of the whole entire world on national television, one of the biggest events in the world. I would never do that. Never. If I was Will, if it was me, I understand principles and standing for something or nothing at all, he should have took him in the back and smacked him up. That's easier said than done. You feel me? Somebody would have probably had a camera or two and, you know, you would have saw some surveillance. It'd have been like, oh, but now that it's out there and it was so in front of it's so in front of everybody. It's just big, and it's probably gonna, some people are not gonna think this thing through just because it just happened on stage and it's Will Smith and Will is more popular and the Smiths are more popular than Chris Rock. That's how they see it. People gotta understand, man. And I put this out there, man. I gotta put this out there. Black people, do not let this behavior make you think that it's okay to run up on stage and smack folks because you feel. Because whether Will was wrong or right, I hate the fact that him going on stage is going to enable a lot of people to make them feel like I am entitled to bring my behind on stage, or I am entitled to humiliate you on national television just because I feel. And I tell folks all the time, we're not gonna coddle your behavior because you feel. You're not exempt because you feel and you're sensitive. You're just not. You're not exempt at all. You are an adult and you must conduct yourself in such a manner. Now, he's a grown man. You can't tell a grown man how to feel about his wife. You can't tell a grown woman how to feel about her husband. You can't tell anybody grown how to feel about any of their loved ones, not even a kid, not even an animal. Whatever they love, if that's something that they truly passionate about and they've invested in that thing or that item or that person, they're gonna go hard for them, period. And you must expect that. You must always expect that when you open up your mouth about somebody's significant other or loved one, you're gonna get dealt with. Hell, there's people out here killing over animals. They get mad over their goldfish because that's how they feel about it. They're invested in that certain individual or thing, all right? But one must know that you must be ready for the smoke. And you can't be I understand Chris Rock for being professional. Kudos to him in that area. But this is why I say that there had to be some type of deeper tone to this, because there's no way how a man is going to take a slap. Most people are going to take a slap and just sit there and continue on with the show. He's the host of the Oscars, and I can imagine going through his mind, what if he did want to swing, but he felt like, all right, now they're probably going to blackball me if I flip tables in here. If this Oscar do not finish, if this show does not wrap up correctly, if I don't bring this thing on back home, I'm fumbling the ball for everybody. So I think that Chris Rock really saved us as a whole, especially black people. He saved us in a whole, in the sense of holding his ground and not doing anything. But on the other flip side of things, you can't possibly think that, look, man, all money ain't good money, man, and disrespect is disrespect. Period. Wrong or right, you can't let a man slap you in your face and just turn around. He turned his back on you, man. He slapped you, pimp slapped you, got his jacket right, and turned his whole back on you. Almost like Scar did Mufasa. Don't you turn your back on me. He did that and sat back down. Smooth with it. It don't get no smoother than that, man. There's most people that haven't even seen a slap like that in person. There's people out here that have not even seen a slap like that in person. Nobody is going to respect your stance when it comes to you having 10 toes down for the rest of your life. It's over. It's over, bro. Chris Rock got kids, bro. You got kids. I'm gonna tell you, anybody out there, if you know you can't fight, if you got kids, bro, that is something you live for. You don't ever put yourself in a position where you allow somebody to disrespect you. I don't care if they're 3 times your size. You better learn how to bite, kick, punch, throw mayonnaise, something, throw some shoes, bite some ankles. I don't know. Trip them, headbutt them, do something. Do something. Right or wrong. Stand for something or nothing at all. Straight up. Because when you don't, you allow people, you enable people to treat you, mistreat you. And that's not what you want, right? For the rest of this man's life, he's gonna have to always realize that another man had the ups on him as far as taking his pride away. Sitting there taking that slap, he slapped the pride out of him. He took his whole pride away and walked off with it and put it in his pocket. Some checks ain't worth it. If I know I'm already in a position and I done made my movies, I got successful stand-ups and stuff, hey man, it is what it is. I don't think, you may feel like you're blackballed in the Hollywood aspect, but you're at a point where the whole world already know you, bro. You can go around and do shows. You can still hold your dignity and your integrity and your respect. You can still hold all that stuff together, but you can't hold it all together. It's gonna be hard for people to respect it when you allow somebody to do something as close as spitting on you. Because slapping or doing the other to a man, it'll put you in the grave. It would, you know. You never let somebody take your pride away like that. You never. I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for the guy as far as the aftermath. Because like I said, wrong or right, people just, look, as bad as I didn't want to see black people out there fighting, or, I would have rather have seen Chris Rock turntables and set that joker off. It would have been way better that way. But don't let somebody just dog you out like that. He felt like he had to put in his bid. You should have put yours in. So this video is for everybody out there for future reference, whether you're dealing with a bully or whether you just straight up are the bully. You're not supposed to just stand there and take it like a dog. You are nobody's lapdog out here, bro. And all money ain't good money, man. Especially when you know you don't already made it. There's a point in time where everybody got to realize, especially when you're in entertainment, that you got to know when to retire the game and don't let the game retire you. He was so afraid of the game retiring him that he sat there and took the utmost disrespect from another human being, all in the name of, I don't want my resources taken away from me. Bro, you are the resource at this point. You done already put your points on the board. You could have retired the game right there. Now, at this point, okay, it's probably gonna be a lot harder for fellas, brothers and all them to get Oscars out here because they're gonna probably set us back a little bit while the rest of the white people just sitting back, giggling and stuff, and they got their plan about how they wanna deal with these things. But don't y'all expect for Michael B. Jordan or somebody up his speed to have an Oscar in the next 15 to 20 years. It ain't happening. If it took Will Smith this long to get an Oscar, bro, it ain't happening. And I feel like Will being on social media, that's what made everything collapse. Because nobody expected for Will and Jada to let their celebrity card down and allow people access to them. They've allowed a lot of access, and this is why people are treating them the way they're treating them. This is why I never expected for Will to have a YouTube. I never expected for him to have a Facebook or whatever and to do all these things on social media, on Instagram. I never expected that. Y'all never expected that 5-6 years ago. You never did. This is why Denzel moves the way he moves. This is why Kendrick Lamar moves the way he moves. This is why J. Cole moves the way that he moves. This is why Beyonce moves the way she moves. This is why Jay-Z moved the way he moves. This is why Andre 3000 moves the way he moves. There's a lot of people that set examples on why they set examples on how to move in the game. And of course, everybody can't come in the game and be that clean without getting on social media. Some people need social media to get where they need to get, but there also is a time where you must know how to move solid and steady and out the way. And the more out the way you are, the more people will respect your celebrity. The more people will respect your presence, even in real life. If you're always in somebody's face, you're always around your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and y'all always just looking at each other, there's probably going to be a time when y'all gonna hit it off and butt heads, because distance, people respect distance, and the Smiths have not been giving us that over the past few years, and this is why everything has been happening. All right, this is why everything has been happening. Access. You really never know where the social media stuff can take you until you allow access. And unfortunately, this is what we're witnessing. I really feel like that whole situation just boiled up from all the stuff he has been going through, what that family has been going through, the pain, the sufferings, from what the wife is dealing with, from what Will is dealing with. And, you know, Chris Rock was at the right place at the right time and said the right thing to get him triggered, period. And that's just what it was. But the main thing I want to say, man, for all my black folks out there, man, please, if you can, try to stick on code and stop going out there trying to humiliate your own. That ain't it. That ain't it, bro. That is not it. It messes up opportunities for the rest of us. It really does. Yeah, we live in an age, thank God we live in an age where people can create their own success and be independent. But imagine if the internet wasn't around and this took place. It would be that much harder for them to allow someone like a Will Smith or someone that's outside of that to even come in the game. Hell, when I came into the game, they were looking for a specific type of Negro, an American Negro, and I'm still in the game. I'm still in the game. I'm just not in there like that. You know what I'm saying? They handpick who they want to give success to and shed light on. Otherwise, you're going to be in the pool with everybody else on social media trying to figure out a way to how to get on top and how to keep your bills paid, and try to figure out how to elevate yourself where you're a trailblazer, where you can leave everything on the table for your family and your friends and be okay with that. I'm okay with where I am in life as far as Hollywood. I'm okay. I'm still in contact with these people. I still audition. I still do all these different things, but I'm okay. I believe in retiring the game. Don't let the game retire you, because if you have that mentality where you're so afraid of people cutting you off in the name of trying to keep a resource or in the name of not trying to rub elbows, that's when you already in trouble. That's when you're in their hands. That's when they're playing cards and chess on you. You got to control your whole destiny. And one thing that people in the dominant society, they don't like when you control your own destiny and you're rebellious about it. And you're very adamant about your self-respect, and you're very adamant about your goals and how you want to do things. It's almost like what they did to Monique. You know, people thought Monique was crazy. She was getting bashed by her own people publicly, like Steve Harvey, Lee Daniels, Oprah, Tyler Perry. These people were bashing her. All right. Now Lee Daniels did it publicly. Steve Harvey did it publicly. Embarrassed this woman. And she had to fight until all these different allegations or rumors came out about these people. And then people started looking back like, hey, you know, I think Monique is on to something. I don't think she is crazy as what we think. I think we're making a grave mistake. And this is why you can't judge the book by its cover. You can't think that just because you have a perception about someone in your mind, that's what it is. That's the biggest mistake consumers make amongst public figures and amongst people who are on television or whatever you want to call it. People have this idea in their mind where they feel like, I have a perception of you in my brain, and because I have this perception, if you don't own up to that perception, I think you crazy and I think you full of ish. And I have an opinion because I have a platform now, and my opinion is validated by so many different stupid period. And you thinking that you sleeping like a baby at night, not understanding that you're destroying someone's life because you pouring it to the pot. You're destroying somebody's life. So I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. If Chris Rock did deserve that slap, I'm gonna say this: that brother needs some aiding. He needs as much support, if not more support than ever, in this type of process. He does, because you don't even know. Number one, he didn't understand what the Smiths were dealing with, and people, I'm telling y'all gotta understand that y'all may not understand what that man dealing with. He needs some help during this process, trust me. Anybody that take that type of disrespect in the name of trying to hold on to something that really ain't real, you better pray for them. if you appreciate greatness the way you say you appreciate greatness, keep our brother Chris Rock in our prayers, in your prayers, for real, for real. That's the least you could do. You don't have to wish bad on these people. Yeah, people make mistakes. Everybody ain't perfect. See, here's the thing. Everybody want to walk around saying, oh, we all make mistakes. Okay, when that person make that mistake, we be so quick to burn them. We be so quick to throw them to the wolves because we actually get off on when somebody is facing a demise. When somebody getting lit, somebody getting roasted and toasted. It's like we get off on pain. I've been said it, especially black people. We get off on people's pain. We get off on our own pain, which is why we're always talking about, oh, you know, I had to struggle to make it. I sure put some points on the board to make it. God did me good, but I sure enough made it. I stayed in the car 3 times. I was broke. I had $14. And then you getting sympathy points from people like, oh man, you went through the struggle. Man, bro, we got to get off the struggle with sexy mentality. We really got to get off of that. Because that ain't it, bro. And it's so bad that we will be willing to take down our own when we see them struggling. And then we have the nerves to sit there and say, well, that's what you signed up for. Y'all got to get it together, bro. Y'all got to look at things from a different set of lenses, bro. And stop thinking on the surface level just because, oh, that's that man's wife where he got slapped. That's as far as your brain go. That's as far as your brain go. Think about it.